This is the Engaged as Fuck podcast.
Our life is dope and we do dope shit.
Welcome to the show.
This is our podcast song.
The Engaged as Fuck podcast. Buckle up, buttercup.
All right, lovebirds, you ready to ditch the Valentine's Day cliches and plan a wedding that's romantic as hell, but, like, without all the cheesy crap?
I'm so ready.
We're diving deep into some advice today from the Engaged AF podcast.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the name's kind of cringe. But they actually have some decent tips.
Okay, I'm listening. What do they say?
Well, first up, they're all about ditching the predictable red overload for your color palette.
Okay, yeah. I mean, who wants to look like a Valentine's Day massacre, am I right?
Right. Instead of, like, drowning everything in red, they suggest going for blush, dusty rose, and mauve.
I'm into it. That sounds way more chic.
Right. Maybe with, like, a touch of gold or something. I mean, it's definitely more sophisticated than a heart-shaped explosion of red.
Totally. But, you know, a little bit of red can actually be pretty hot, I'm thinking. Like a bold red lip for the bride.
Ooh, yeah.
Or some deep burgundy accents to add a touch of drama.
Ooh, yeah. Burgundy tablescape could be killer. Okay, next up, hearts. We all know those cheesy heart-shaped decorations can go overboard really fast.
Yeah, for sure. The podcast suggests, like, keeping it subtle, you know, heart-shaped place cards or a little heart motif on the invitations.
I don't know. I'm not really into subtle. If I want to go all out, I'm going all out. It's my wedding.
True. I mean, it is your damn wedding.
Yeah, I'm all for making a statement, but maybe heart-shaped pizza as a late-night snack is a better compromise.
Okay, I can get behind that. Heart-shaped pizza is always a win. You know, don't be afraid to break the rules and just do what feels right for you two.
Exactly.
Now let's talk personalization. The podcast mentions personalized vows, which, duh, everyone's doing these days. But they also suggest, like, a love letter station for guests.
Ugh, a love letter station.
Yeah.
That's so cheesy and forced. I think, like, focusing on details that reflect your actual love story is way more impactful. You know, what about that dive bar where you had your first date? You could totally incorporate that into your decor.
Okay, that's actually a cool idea. Like a little gritty and unexpected. I dig it.
Yeah, maybe you can name a signature cocktail after the bar.
That's super cool.
Yes. Speaking of drinks, what about the food and booze? The podcast mentions Valentine's-inspired treats.
Oh, God, that sounds so basic. Like chocolate-covered strawberries, red velvet cupcakes.
Yeah.
You know, the usual suspects.
Yeah, very predictable. If you're going to do Valentine's-themed treats, at least, like, make them badass.
Right. So instead of just, you know, plain chocolate-covered strawberries, maybe dip them in dark chocolate and sprinkle them with chili flakes for a little heat.
Oh, spicy. Now you're talking. And while we're at it, ditch the generic wedding playlist, okay? Create one that actually reflects your taste.
Yeah. Like, I'm talking a mix of your favorite songs, guilty pleasures, and maybe even some tracks that tell the story of your relationships. Like, forget those cheesy slow jams unless they actually mean something to you.
Totally. Oh, what about the music for the ceremony?
What about it?
They totally glossed over the ceremony,
Oh, yeah.
which is kind of bullshit because it's, like, the whole point of the day, right?
Yeah,
It is kind of a
yeah.
big deal.
Yeah,
You know, you're making a lifelong commitment, so it deserves some damn attention.
for real.
Yeah.
And, like, if you want to ditch tradition, go for it.
Right.
Write your own vows. Get married in a freaking tree house.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat. It's your love story, so tell it your way.
Exactly. Okay, let's talk lighting. They suggest, like, twinkling fairy lights and candles, which I have to admit can be romantic.
Romantic, but predictable. Like,
Yeah.
we can do better than that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What about colored up lighting?
Ooh, I like that.
You can create any mood you want.
Yeah.
Sultry and intimate, edgy and dramatic, even, like, a little bit rock and roll.
I'm into it.
I think we've covered most of the basics here. What else did this podcast have to say?
Well, they had some pretty lame ideas about wedding favors.
Oh, yeah.
They suggested, like, mini bottles of rosé or heart-shaped chocolates.
Seriously. Who wants more junk to clutter up their house?
I know, right?
If you can do favors, like, make them memorable. What about a donation to your favorite charity in each guest's name?
Ooh, now that's a good idea.
Right.
Or how about, like, a temporary tattoo station with a design that, you know, represents you as a couple?
I love that.
Something fun and quirky that people will actually, like, enjoy.
Yeah, it's like a little souvenir of your badass love story.
Hmm.
Okay, moving on to something they actually got.
Yeah.
Right-ish. Capturing the romantic vibe with lighting. They suggested twinkling fairy lights and candles.
Yeah, we already talked about that. But I think you can achieve that same romantic vibe with other lighting techniques too, you know?
Yeah, like what?
Like using spotlights to highlight certain areas
Okay, yeah.
or creating like patterns on the walls.
Right. It's about like being creative with the lighting and making it feel intentional.
Exactly.
So what about the after party?
Oh my God, yes.
This podcast seems to think the reception is the end all be all.
They totally skipped over the after party, which is a crime.
Yeah.
Because that's where the real party starts. Like you need to keep the energy going.
Hell yeah. Skip the boring hotel ballroom, okay? And find a unique venue,
Yes.
like a rooftop bar,
Ooh, nice.
a speakeasy,
Yeah.
even a bowling alley.
Yes. A bowling alley after party would be epic.
Right. Get a killer DJ, a live band.
Make sure the drinks are flowing. Let loose.
Yes. And don't forget about the late night snacks.
Yes.
Pizza, tacos, sliders, whatever your drunk munchies desire.
Yeah.
Keep the party fueled.
Speaking of fueled, they didn't even touch upon the open bar situation.
Ugh, I know, right?
Like, are you doing an open bar? Cash bar?
Yeah.
This is like crucial information people need to know.
I know. No one wants to show up to a wedding expecting an open bar and find out they have to, like, shell out cash for every drink.
That's just bad form.
Bad form.
Huh?
Okay, last but not least, let's talk about roses. The podcast is all about using them in moderation, which, duh, we all know red roses are cliche as hell.
Yeah, super cliche.
But they can still be romantic if you use them in, like, unexpected ways. Instead of a traditional bouquet, what about a single, like, dramatic red rose
I like that.
as a statement piece?
Yeah, or you could incorporate different colors and textures, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Think like black roses or deep purple calla lilies for a more like gothic vibe.
Ooh. Yes, think outside the box. Ditch the predictable baby's breath filler. Your florals should be as unique as your love story. So there you have it. We ripped apart that Engaged AF podcast, and we gave you some real deal advice on how to plan a Valentine's Day wedding that's romantic, badass, and totally you.
Don't be afraid to break tradition, ditch the cliches, and create a celebration that truly reflects your unique love story.
Exactly. And remember, it's your day. So do whatever the hell you want. If someone tries to tell you otherwise,
Tell them to shove it.
all right, so we've pretty much covered everything, right?
I think so.
Color palettes, hearts, personalization,
Food, drinks, music, lighting.
the ceremony, the after party. Think of
Favels.
those damn roses.
We really went in on this one.
And most importantly, we've, like, hopefully inspired you to ditch the rule book
Yeah, like write your own rules.
and create a Valentine's Day wedding that's as unique and badass as your love story.
Because, let's be real, who wants a cookie cutter wedding?
No one.
Definitely not us.
This is your chance to celebrate your love in a way that feels authentic to you, even if it means, like, breaking all the traditions.
Right. Like if grandma wants a traditional white dress and a church ceremony, she can plan her own damn wedding.
Exactly. This is about you. So before we wrap things up, I want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay, hit me with it.
What's one element from your relationship?
Okay.
Something quirky, something that just screams you two that you could turn into, like, a memorable wedding detail.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about it, guys. It could be anything, right? Like a song you both love, a shared inside joke, a place that holds special meaning for you as a couple.
It's those little personal touches that make your wedding stand out.
That's what makes it special and unique.
It makes it a true reflection of your love story.
So go out there, you badass lovebirds, and
Yeah.
create a Valentine's Day wedding that's as unforgettable as you are.
Don't forget to share pics. We want to see you rock it.
Later, lovebirds.
That was our show.
Our life is dope and we do dope
The
shit.
Engaged as Fuck podcast. The song is over.
Buckle up, buttercup.
Hope you liked it. Hope you liked it. The Engaged as Fuck